Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Music Village. And you know, folks, during the break, the maestro asked me a good question and said, is there really halftime in boxing or in fighting or in any type of sport? Not that I know of. I don't even think you can call timeout in a fight. Or, you know, one of those boxing matches or any of those martial art tournaments that I've seen. I don't see anybody really calling timeout in those. Something to think about. Something really to think about. But besides calling timeout in a makeshift fight, folks, I think it's time for us to answer your questions at home for another edition of the Music Village Mailbag. And this would be the first time we answer your questions for the decade, too. Nice! So without further ado, I think it's time for us to put on this special cap to answer your questions at home. So give me just 1 second. Right? Should have did this earlier in the show during the break. It's a little snug. Need to put the little click thing on the bottom. There we go. And now, let's answer your questions. And the first question that we have up says, Dear DJ Smokey, who is your favorite martial artist and why? Well, I'll have to give you my top 3 because it's a real long list of people that I was a big fan of as for martial artists back in the day. And I would have to say, well, the top answer would be Bruce Lee. And the reason why is because he inspired so many different people to come up with so many different creative ideas. It's not even funny. Not to mention, I do believe Enter the Dragon? Or was it the other one, The Game of Death? Those 2 movies, probably one of my most favorite kung fu movies of all time, and that's the reason why I like him. And not to mention the fact with the guy with that Kimu claw getting his head kicked off, and the fact that they had to replace him with a dummy so he wouldn't get kicked in real life, shows you how hard Bruce Lee really does kick. And it's hilarious to see the dummy transfer over from what he was and the whole mirror scene. But the next martial artist that I like so much and still have major respect for because he does his own stunts has to be none other than Jackie Chan. Yeah, definitely Jackie Chan, and also because of the fact that he has a hole in the side of his head from one of the stunts that went wrong. And also, another reason why he's one of my most favorite martial artists, probably because of the movie Rumble in the Bronx. And the reason behind that is because that giant oversized hovercraft that he tore up and had to repatch up with a whole bunch of duct tape. Yeah, another one of my favorite reasons. And the Rush Hour series. Yeah, definitely the Rush Hour series. And the last martial artist I have to add on to that list, besides Jet Li, and the reason behind him is because of the movie The One, still another one of my favorite kung fu movies, is none other than Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I don't know why, but his name is the reason why I like him so much, and what solidified the reason why I liked him is not only because of several different movies he was in that I can't name offhand. I would say Street Fighter the movie, but a lot of people would say, boo! But you know what? Street Fighter the movie, that spinning roundhouse kick that he does, and also probably because of Robot Chicken with the whole, frankly my dear, I don't give a damn, which they say, I don't give a Van Dam, which yeah, was pretty cool to me too. And Maestro said, aren't you forgetting somebody? And no, not that I know of. Oh, Chuck Norris. Before he comes to my house and takes me out with a roundhouse, Chuck Norris. I'll add him to the list too. And whoever's the martial artist from the movie, the Raid series, yeah, him too. Cause he did some pretty cool stunts in that movie too. So with that question spiraling completely out of control with a top 5 or a top 7 list of my favorite martial artists of all time, now we go into the next question, which says, Dear DJ Smokey, what is your goals for the new year? Well, my goals thus far, besides getting Scott Clark on this show from Eyewitness News to do an Out of This World segment, most likely is to bring Music Village on the road, to actually bring it on location and finally show people out there what sort of crazy and zany things we're able to do behind this microphone. Definitely a goal of mine that I'm hoping to do in the near future. Either that or get a chance to host one of you independent artists and diamonds in the rough on stage. Just go up there, say a little funny ditty and say, and now performing next is, Punk Rock Jesus. The best band name I could think of thus far. And now for some strange reason, I think Jesus would have one of those, mohawks? I wonder how that would work. But before I get lost in thought again, folks, next question that we have up. Man, this question segment is really starting to get off the rails here. But the next question that we have up says, Dear DJ Smokey, is the theme for the Indie Radio Arcade... Oh wait, let me say it right. The theme for the Indie Radio Arcade for this past week permanent, or will you keep it the same, and will any of the other themes for your shows change over the next couple of weeks? Well, to answer this question as simply as we can, we're not sure. But the long version of the answer, which I'm obviously gonna give, is it was a bit of a spur of the moment for us to actually change the theme for the Indie Radio Arcade. We decided to do something special to celebrate the 4-year anniversary of the show, and we decided to call up Techno Acts. But if it does become a permanent theme, and I got a feeling we're gonna have to decide on a coin flip between me, the maestro, and the PR department if we decide to keep the theme permanently, I got a feeling we'll probably change the intro for a couple of other shows too. And one of them may be Music Village, and most likely because of YouTube and the fact that I think I got a copyright strike the last time I used the intro we used for last week. So, yeah, there may be some changes on the way for the new year, but we're not sure. Our mind works in mysterious ways. And the last but not least question that we have up for this week that I think we got asked before, but it says, Dear DJ Smokey, can the fans come up with a $64,000 question too? Well, to answer that question, yes you can. And the more ridiculous, the better. But then again, when it comes to ridiculous questions, according to the one guy who commented on the comments below, you came up with some of the craziest things I've ever heard of for challenges. Why do you think anybody would ever do this? And to answer that question, if people out there would go out eating Tide Pods or try to invade Area 51 last year, then I got a feeling they'll take things up to the next level for a certain amount of money. And also, to add on to that, if you ever seen the show I Bet You Will for MTV, they did some crazy things on that too. So, yeah, we're not anywhere near that ballpark of doing anything extremely crazy just yet. Probably by episode 100, we'll come up with something way outside the box. Just for you, buddy. Just for you. And with that, folks, wraps it up for another edition of the Music Village Mailbag. And if you guys and gals out there have any questions for yours truly, the maestro, or even Dan the Weatherman Stu, or the PR department, or anybody else here from Music Village headquarters, you can head on over to our YouTube or Twitter page, only known as the Agent 0012. Or even head on over to our Facebook, SoundCloud, or Tumblr pages that are still named the same, only known as Music Village Radio, to have your questions answered by us. And for those who wants to go the email route, make sure you head on over to our Music Village Yahoo page, only known as Music Village Bluestown at yahoo.com. And I might as well add another one that you can get your questions answered since we stream games now. You can head on over to our Twitch page known as The Instant Hero, all one word, to actually get your questions answered on the show. So yeah, we would love to hear from you guys, so keep those questions coming. And with that said, folks, we might as well head back into this music, and when we return, we'll be back with more Music Village right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.